Welcome to Smart English Coach Podcast.
Let's improve your fluency together, one real conversation at a time.
Okay, so picture this. The whole world has stopped. Billions of people are glued to their screens. Strangers are hugging each other in the streets. People are crying, screaming, jumping. And somewhere in a living room, someone just knocked over their coffee. Completely on purpose, by the way, because their team just scored. That moment, that electric feeling, that's the FIFA World Cup. And right now, in June 2026, it is happening. It is actually happening. And today, we are going to help you talk about it in English, naturally, confidently, like a true football fan.
Oh, I love this topic so much. And honestly, Michael, I think this is one of those moments where if you can talk about the World Cup in English, you can talk about anything in English because it's all here. Emotions, opinions, storytelling, sports vocabulary, idioms, everything.
Exactly. And the beautiful thing is, you don't need to be a football expert to talk about the World Cup. You just need the right words. And that's what we're here for. So let's kick things off.
Kick things off, a football pun. Very smooth, Michael.
Thank you. I practiced that. Welcome, everyone, to another episode. I'm Michael.
And I'm Sarah. And today we're diving deep into the 2026 FIFA World Cup. What it is, what's happening, what people are saying, and most importantly, how you can talk about all of it in natural English.
All right, Sarah, let's set the scene first, because this World Cup is genuinely historic. This is not just another tournament.
Right. So for anyone who maybe doesn't follow football that closely, can you give us the big picture?
Of course. So the 2026 FIFA World Cup is being hosted, and that means organized and run in 3 countries at the same time: the United States, Canada, and Mexico. 3 nations, 1 tournament.
Which is wild. I mean, 3 countries co-hosting the World Cup? That's never been done at this scale before.
Never. And not only that, this is the first World Cup with 48 teams. Previously, it was 32 teams, so they've expanded the tournament. They've made it bigger.
So expanded means they've grown it. They've increased the size. 48 teams instead of 32. That's a huge jump.
Massive jump. And that means 104 matches total. The tournament runs from June 11th all the way to July 19th, 2026. And the grand final, the championship match, is at MetLife Stadium in New Jersey, just outside New York City.
Okay, I have to say, MetLife Stadium for the final, that's iconic. New York City energy for the World Cup final, I can only imagine the atmosphere.
The atmosphere. That's a great word for English learners to know. The atmosphere means the feeling, the mood, the vibe of a place or event. And in football, we talk about atmosphere a lot. You'd say something like, the atmosphere at the stadium was electric.
Electric, I love that. It means full of excitement and energy, like everyone around you is buzzing.
Exactly. Buzzing is another great one. If a place is buzzing, it means it's full of energy, excitement, activity, like the city was buzzing before the match.
So we've got 2 great expressions already, electric atmosphere and the city was buzzing. If you're writing those down, great. If you're driving or cooking, just keep listening. We'll come back to these naturally.
Now, let's talk about the host cities, because this is something people always discuss when it comes to the World Cup. Where are the matches? Which city am I going to? Where should I watch?
Right, and there are 16 stadiums across the 3 countries. In the US alone, there are 11 cities. Places like New York, Los Angeles, Dallas, Miami, Houston, Seattle, Atlanta, Boston, Philadelphia, Kansas City, and the San Francisco Bay Area.
That's a huge spread, from the East Coast to the West Coast.
And in Mexico, it's Mexico City, Guadalajara, and Monterrey. And in Canada, it's Toronto and Vancouver.
The very first match of the tournament was played at the Estadio Azteca in Mexico City on June 11th, Mexico versus South Africa, the opening match.
The opening match. So opening here means the first one, the one that kicks everything off. You can also say the opener in casual English, like, did you watch the opener?
Yeah, and people often say it set the tone for the tournament. That phrase, set the tone, means the first match created a mood or standard for everything that came after.
I love that expression, set the tone. Like if a team plays really aggressively in the first match, you might say they really set the tone early.
Perfect. And in terms of talking about cities, you'll often hear phrases like, I'm flying out to Dallas for the England match, or we're watching the game at a fan zone in Los Angeles.
What's a fan zone?
Great question. A fan zone, sometimes called a fan festival, is a public area set up in the host city where thousands of fans can gather together, watch the match on a big screen, eat food, listen to music, celebrate. It's basically a massive outdoor party for football.
Oh, that sounds incredible. So even if you don't have a ticket to the stadium, you can still be part of the experience at a fan zone.
Exactly. And FIFA set up official fan festivals in every host city, so the party is everywhere.
Okay, let's talk teams, because honestly, this is where conversations really come alive. Who are the favorites? Who are the dark horses? Who's everyone rooting for?
Right, so let's break down some of that vocabulary first. A favorite in sports means the team most people expect to win, the one with the best chance.
And a dark horse?
A dark horse is a team that nobody really expects to do well, but they surprise everyone and go far in the tournament. They come out of nowhere and shock people.
So you could say something like, Morocco are the dark horses of this tournament, meaning everyone's surprised by how well they're doing.
Exactly, great example. Now, the big favorites for 2026, well, you've got the usual names: France, Argentina, Spain, Brazil, England, Portugal.
The giants of football.
The giants, yes, another great expression. The giants of football means the biggest, most powerful teams. You can also say the powerhouses. Spain and Argentina are the powerhouses of this tournament.
And who are you rooting for, Michael?
I'm not going to start any arguments here, but I will say England have a genuinely strong squad this year, and the fact that they started the tournament with a 4-2 win over Croatia, that's a really promising start.
A promising start. Love that. It means things look good at the beginning, full of potential.
Right, and Croatia versus England, that's a Group L match. England are in Group L, along with Croatia, Ghana, and Panama.
And I saw that Argentina are in Group J, playing against Jordan and Algeria and Austria.
Yes, and France are in Group I. They actually played Senegal in New York early on in the tournament.
And speaking of France, Mbappe, can we talk about him for a second?
We absolutely have to. Kylian Mbappe, arguably the best player in the world right now. When people talk about him, you'll hear words like clinical, explosive, lethal in front of goal.
Oh, clinical. What does that mean in football?
In football, clinical means very precise, very effective. A clinical finisher is someone who, when they get a chance to score, they don't waste it. They put it away. Clean, efficient, clinical.
Like a doctor doing surgery, precise and effective.
Exactly. You won't score any points for style, but the job gets done.
And then there's Messi. He's still at this World Cup, right?
He is. Lionel Messi is still playing for Argentina at 2026. And look, the man won the World Cup in 2022 in Qatar. He's the defending champion in terms of being on that squad. And people are asking, can he do it again? Can he go back to back?
Go back to back, meaning win twice in a row?
Exactly. Back to back means 2 consecutive wins, 2 in a row. They won back-to-back championships. It's a very common sports expression.
And even if Messi doesn't win, just watching him play at this level at his age, that's something special.
It really is. And that's something you might say in a conversation. Just watching him play is something special. Or it's a privilege just to see him on the pitch.
On the pitch. For our listeners who don't know, the pitch is the football field, the playing area. You can say the field in American English, but the pitch is the British and more international football term.
All right, let's get into the language you need to actually describe what's happening in the matches, because this is where it gets really fun.
Yes, because if you can describe a football match, you've got the vocabulary to tell a story, express emotions, talk about cause and effect, all of those things.
So let's start with results. How do you talk about a result?
Okay, so let's say England beat Croatia 4-2. How would you say that?
You'd say England beat Croatia 4-2, or England won 4-2. Or in more formal language, England defeated Croatia by a score of 4-2. In casual conversation, people often just say, England smashed Croatia, or England hammered them.
Oh, I like that. Smashed and hammered, those both mean to win by a large margin, to win convincingly.
Right. If the score is very one-sided, say 5-1 or 6-0, people say things like, they absolutely demolished them, or it was a thrashing. A thrashing means a very heavy defeat.
And if it's a close game?
If it's close, you say it was a tight game, or it was a closely fought match. And if it ends 0-0 or 1-1, you say they drew, a draw. No winner. Both teams share the points.
And if it goes to extra time?
Great question. In the knockout stage, that's when teams are eliminated if they lose. If the score is level after 90 minutes, the match goes to extra time. That's an additional 30 minutes of play. And if it's still level, it goes to a penalty shootout.
Oh, the penalty shootout. I get anxious just thinking about it.
Everyone does. It's the most nerve-wracking moment in football. Nerve-wracking means extremely tense and stressful. And you'll hear fans say things like, "I can't watch," or "I was hiding behind a cushion."
I have literally done that, hidden behind a cushion during penalties.
We all have, and that's exactly what we mean by natural, authentic emotion in English. When you're watching a penalty shootout, you say, "I can't look," not "I am unable to observe." You say, "My heart was in my mouth," meaning you were terrified, extremely anxious.
My heart was in my mouth. That's a brilliant idiom. It means you were so scared or excited that you felt like your heart was jumping up into your throat.
Exactly. And another one, "I was on the edge of my seat." It means you were so tense, so excited, you were literally leaning forward on the edge of your seat, waiting to see what happens.
These are gold. My heart was in my mouth. I was on the edge of my seat. Nerve-wracking. Let's keep going.
Now, one of the most natural things English learners want to do is talk about their own experience as a fan. Where did you watch the game? Who were you with? How did you react?
And this is so useful because it's personal storytelling. You're using past tenses, emotions, descriptions, all in real context.
So let me model a little story. Imagine you watched a match at home with friends. You might say something like this. "We all got together at my place for the match. We ordered pizza, got drinks in, and by the time the second half started, we were absolutely glued to the screen."
Glued to the screen. You use that in the intro too. Say it means something like being completely focused, unable to look away.
Exactly. When you're glued to something, you can't take your eyes off it. You're completely absorbed. I was glued to my phone watching the match updates.
And get drinks in. That's a very British expression, isn't it?
Very British. Getting drinks in means going to get drinks for everyone, usually at a pub or a bar. I'll get drinks in. You grab a table. It's casual, social, natural.
I love how much culture is packed into sports language. Okay, what else would you say about watching the match?
Well, you might say we went absolutely crazy when they scored, meaning everyone lost their mind, screaming and celebrating, or the whole room erupted, like an explosion of noise and emotion.
The room erupted. That's a beautiful image, like a volcano, but made of people.
Exactly. The whole stadium erupted when the ball hit the back of the net. Hit the back of the net means the ball went into the goal.
Okay, let me try a little story. So imagine I'm watching the Morocco match and they score a late winner. I might say, "I genuinely thought we were heading for a draw." And then out of nowhere, in the 89th minute, they scored. The room just exploded. My friend knocked over his drink. Nobody cared.
That is perfect English. Out of nowhere, suddenly, unexpectedly, heading for a draw, looking like it was going to end in a draw. In the 89th minute, very late in the game. All great expressions.
And nobody cared about the drink because the goal was more important, which is very relatable.
Hey, real quick, if you're enjoying this conversation and you're learning new words and phrases, please give this video a like and subscribe to the channel. We put out new English conversations every week, and honestly, the best way to improve your English is to listen to natural conversations like this one, regularly, consistently.
And if you've been listening while cooking or driving or on the bus, that is absolutely the right way to use this channel. Keep going. Every time you listen, your brain is absorbing natural English. It all adds up.
It really does. Okay, back to the World Cup.
You know what I find really interesting about the World Cup? It's one of the few topics where people who never normally talk about football suddenly become experts.
So true. People who haven't watched a single match all year are suddenly giving full tactical analyses at the dinner table.
Tactical analysis, great phrase. It means breaking down the strategy, the plan, how a team plays.
So how do you express opinions about football in natural English?
Great question. Let's go through some opinion language. If you think a team is going to win, you might say, "I think France are the ones to watch this tournament." The ones to watch means the team most likely to do well.
Or you might say, "I've got a feeling England are going all the way."
Going all the way means winning the whole tournament, going to the final and lifting the trophy.
And if you're not sure, you might say, "It could go either way," meaning it's unpredictable. Any team could win.
Right. Or it's anyone's game, meaning it's wide open, no clear winner. Anyone could take it.
And if you disagree with someone's opinion, like they say Brazil are definitely winning this, and you think that's ridiculous,
Then you might say, "I'm not so sure about that," or "I'd have to disagree there," or the more casual, "No way, they don't stand a chance."
Don't stand a chance, meaning they have no realistic possibility of winning. They're too weak or they're up against too strong an opponent.
Or you might say they're out of their depth, meaning the competition is too high, too difficult for them. They're not at the same level.
These phrases are so useful, not just for football, but for any argument or debate in English.
Absolutely. Expressing disagreement politely and naturally, I'm not so sure. I'd have to disagree there. I see where you're coming from, but these are essential for real English conversations.
Okay, Michael, I know some of our listeners might be a little confused about the format this year. It's changed, right? Can you explain it simply?
Sure. So this year there are 48 teams. They're divided into 12 groups, groups A through L. Each group has 4 teams. Every team plays the other 3 teams in their group. The top 2 from each group move on. They advance, plus the 8 best third-place teams.
Wait, so even some third-place teams go through?
Yes, because of the expanded format, some teams that finish third in their group can still qualify for the next round, as long as they have a good enough record compared to the other third-place teams.
So qualify means officially earn your place in the next round?
Exactly. They qualified for the knockout stage. Or, on the other side, they were knocked out, meaning eliminated. They didn't make it through.
And in the knockout stage?
In the knockout stage, it's one match, win or go home. If you lose, you're done. Finished. Out of the tournament. It goes round of 32, then round of 16, then the quarterfinals, then the semifinals, then the final.
And the winner of the final lifts the trophy.
Lifts the trophy. Beautiful image. You can also say wins the golden trophy or raises the cup. The trophy is the famous gold FIFA World Cup trophy that everyone recognizes.
And the host nations, are they guaranteed to be in the tournament?
Yes, the USA, Canada, and Mexico all qualified automatically as co-hosts. They didn't have to go through qualifying.
Lucky them.
Let's talk about player language now, because describing a player is something you'll definitely want to do in conversation, and there's such rich vocabulary here.
Okay, so how do you describe a striker?
A striker is the attacking player, the one whose main job is to score goals. You might say he's a prolific striker, meaning he scores a lot. Prolific means producing a large quantity of something, a prolific scorer. Or he's lethal in front of goal. He's deadly, very effective when he has a chance to score.
And a midfielder?
A midfielder plays in the middle of the field. You might describe a good midfielder as the engine of the team, meaning he runs a lot, does a lot of work. He's the power behind the team's movement. Or you might say he dictates the tempo. He controls the speed and rhythm of the game.
Dictates the tempo. That's very sophisticated. So he decides how fast or slow the game goes?
Exactly. And that's a sign of a really intelligent player. And then you have defenders. If a defender is very good, you might say he's rock solid at the back. He's very reliable, very strong in defense.
Rock solid, as in as hard and dependable as a rock, unshakable.
And goalkeepers. The goalkeeper, or the keeper as people say casually, you might describe as a wall between the posts, meaning the opposition can barely score against him.
Or you'd say he pulled off an incredible save. He made a brilliant stop to prevent a goal.
Pulled off is a great phrasal verb. It means to successfully do something difficult. He pulled off an incredible save. Or more generally, they pulled off a huge upset, meaning they won against a much stronger team unexpectedly.
An upset. That's such a great word in sports, when the weaker team beats the stronger team.
Now, I want to share something important about the World Cup, and this is cultural knowledge that helps you sound really natural in English.
Yes, culture is so important for real fluency.
So the World Cup is called the beautiful game. That's the poetic name for football itself. And during the World Cup, people talk about football even if they don't normally watch it. It becomes a shared cultural experience.
It's like the whole world pauses.
Exactly. And you'll hear phrases like World Cup fever, meaning the excitement and enthusiasm that spreads everywhere. The whole city has got World Cup fever, or football mad. If someone is football mad, they're absolutely obsessed with the sport.
And what about when a player misses a really easy chance? Is there a specific language for that?
Oh, absolutely. If a player misses an easy goal, people say things like, he absolutely fluffed it, meaning he made a mess of a simple opportunity, or he missed a sitter. A sitter is a very easy chance that should definitely be scored.
Missed a sitter. That's brutal.
Football is brutal sometimes. And when a team plays really badly, you'll hear they were all over the place, meaning disorganized, uncoordinated, a mess, or they couldn't string 2 passes together. They were so poor they couldn't even do basic things.
And when they play brilliantly,
They were on fire, in brilliant form, clicking on all cylinders, which means everything is working well together, like an engine firing perfectly.
clicking on all cylinders. I love that one. It comes from car engines, right?
It does. When all cylinders in an engine are working, the car runs perfectly. Applied to a team, it means everything, attacking, defending, midfield, is all working in harmony.
Okay. So we've covered so much: vocabulary, idioms, expressions, descriptions. Let's now practice putting it all together, because the best way to learn is to actually use the language.
Love this. So Sarah, I'm going to ask you some questions that our viewers can also practice answering. They can say the answers out loud, pause the video, type them in the comments, any way they want to engage.
Perfect. Go for it.
Okay, first question. Which team are you rooting for in the 2026 World Cup, and why?
Ooh, great question. I'm going to let our viewers answer that one. Pause the video right now and say your answer out loud. Try to use some of the phrases we talked about. Something like, I'm rooting for blank because they've got a really strong squad. Or, I think blank are the dark horses of this tournament.
Try it, even if you say it quietly. That's how you practice speaking.
Second question. Describe your favorite moment from a football match you've ever watched. What happened? How did you react?
Use expressions like, out of nowhere, the room erupted, I was on the edge of my seat, my heart was in my mouth. Tell us your story.
And the third question. If you could watch any World Cup match live, which one would it be and why?
Think about the city, the stadium, the teams. Would you want to be at MetLife Stadium in New York for the final? Or maybe at the Estadio Azteca in Mexico City for the atmosphere?
Tell us your answers in the comments below. We genuinely read every single comment, and we love hearing from you.
Before we wrap up, let's naturally go back over the key vocabulary and expressions from today. Not in a boring way, just the way real people recap.
Okay, so the big ones for me were electric atmosphere, full of excitement and energy. The city was buzzing, full of life and activity.
Dark horse, a surprise team. The giants of football, or powerhouses, the strongest teams. Going all the way, winning the whole tournament.
Knocked out, eliminated. Advance, move forward to the next round. Lift the trophy, win the championship.
Clinical finisher, precise and effective score. Dictates the tempo, controls the speed of the game. Rock solid at the back, very reliable in defense.
On the edge of my seat, extremely tense and excited. My heart was in my mouth, terrified or overwhelmed with anticipation.
Out of nowhere, suddenly and unexpectedly, the room erupted. Everyone suddenly reacted loudly with emotion.
World Cup fever, the widespread excitement around the tournament. The beautiful game, the poetic name for football.
It's anyone's game. The result is completely unpredictable. Pull off a huge upset. Defeat a much stronger opponent unexpectedly.
These are all phrases you can use right now, in conversation, in writing, on social media. They're natural, they're authentic, they're real English.
Okay, so to bring everything together, the 2026 FIFA World Cup is the biggest, most exciting sporting event in the world. And right now, it's happening across the United States, Canada, and Mexico. 48 teams, 104 matches, millions of fans, and one winner.
And now you have the vocabulary and the expressions to talk about it confidently in English, whether you're chatting with a friend, watching a match, debating online, or telling a story about how your team broke your heart.
Which they probably will.
You've got the language for it.
So here are our discussion questions for you today. We want to see your answers in the comments.
Number 1. Which team do you think will win the 2026 World Cup, and which team is the biggest dark horse?
Number 2. Where are you watching the matches? At home? In a cafe? In a fan zone? Tell us.
Number 3. What's the most emotional football moment you've ever experienced? In English, describe it.
Use the vocabulary from today. Every comment you write is English practice, and every comment you read is practice too.
And if you found today's episode useful, please like this video. It really does help more people find us. Subscribe if you haven't already, and share this with a friend who's also learning English. The World Cup only comes every 4 years. Don't waste it.
All right, that's it from us today. I'm Michael.
I'm Sarah.
Thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you in the next one. Keep listening, keep practicing, keep going. You've got this.
Bye for now.